Imagine sleeping in the middle of the night and you feel something crawling on your skin. At least initially, while you were sleeping, your subconscious felt like something was crawling on your skin, but you wasn't sure. And all of a sudden, you felt a pain that you never felt before shoot throughout your body because it was unfamiliar. It was an unfamiliar sting because whatever it was that was crawling on your skin in the middle of the night sunk its little teeth into your skin and you felt something you never felt before. But you were so afraid that you couldn't let out a scream because the men that were around you, if they heard you whimper, if they heard you let out one little baby scream, then they were going to come after you more vicious than whatever it was that was biting you would come for you. But you still didn't know what was biting you, but you felt fear throughout your whole body and you paused and you were scared. You were so scared of the men that were in the dormitory with you that you didn't dare let out a noise that showed or advised anybody that you were scared of something. But when you looked down, you kind of felt like you knew what it was because where you from, you know that these little creatures are everywhere. And you looked down at your skin and you saw a cockroach about 4 or 5 inches big. And it was just sinking its little teeth into your skin, chewing because something on you tasted good because you still had that old oatmeal that you ate that morning because you couldn't get in the shower because the shower was broke. Yeah, welcome to a southern prison. The worst nightmares that you could ever think of. And I'm going to share with you in this video some of the things that happen in southern prisons that will make a Nightmare on Elm Street look like Candyland. That's right, cockroaches. In southern prisons, deep in the South, deep where there is no air conditioner and where the heat is so hot and so thick that you can cut it like butter, and you just slice through it and it melts. And every time you slice, you feel it melting on your skin. Yeah, that's what it's like to sit inside a southern prison when you're sweating in the middle of the night and the temperatures inside the dormitory, if you're lucky, are as low as 80 degrees. And you know they got little critters and creatures everywhere because you done seen them, you done heard stories, you a fresh fish, you just got in there and them dudes are telling you, man, watch out for them cockroaches. And you know some dudes who got bandage and bandages on their arms and on their face, cockroaches done bit them right by their eye. Dudes got eye whelps. That's right, eye whelps behind cockroach bites. That's what you're gonna have to deal with in a southern prison. Cockroaches literally eating on dudes' flesh. And you think 2 or 3 cockroaches chewing on your flesh is bad? Well, wait in the middle of the night when you think it's not the cockroaches that you hear scurrying around in your honey buns. And that's right. Dudes would be telling other dudes, look, man, you got to put your honey buns and your zuzus and your wham whams in a garbage bag, tie that tight, put it into another garbage bag and tie that tight. Because if you left your honey buns out, them cockroaches were going to dig into your honey bun bag. You ever seen a cockroach open a bag of chips? Well, that's what you get in a southern prison. And then if you really lucky, it won't be nothing more than a cockroach because they got something lurking underneath your bunk that makes a cockroach look like your friend. And that's a rat. A rat that's so big, they got rats that are mixed with armadillos, as big as an armadillo. And when those rats eat the cockroaches ain't enough because that honey bun juice that's on them rats inside these prisons in the South been eating on dudes' flesh. That's right, rats literally eat on dudes. I was in dormitories where dudes were bitten in the middle of the night and attacked by rats. The rats show themselves when the officer leaves the key to go do his rounds. The rats came in there, and I done seen the rats take the officer's lunch and then go into holes that you didn't know existed underneath the control panels and disappear into the prison on the 3rd floor, 4th floor, up and down the piping systems, eating roaches, honey buns, and humans. That's the type of stuff that you got to deal with when you go to prison in the South. And air conditioner? Man, there ain't no air conditioner. Air conditioner, man, you sweat when you sweat when you sweat. How can you sweat 3 times? Well, that's what happens in southern prisons. Dudes were sweating so much that they started sweating outside their eyes. You ever seen a man sweat outside his eyes? It turns to pus and it leaks down into his mouth. He starts foaming and it looks like he's rabid, but he's really just hot. He ain't had no water. You know why? Because the police done cut the water system off just so they could laugh and joke. That's what goes on in a southern prison. You think you got to worry about the gangs? Yeah, you got to worry about them. You got to worry about the bunt bandits. They coming after you. You know what I mean? Imagine sleeping in the middle of the night and you just clicked off 2 or 3 big old cockroaches that were the size of moths, you know? And all of a sudden you finally fall back to sleep because you killed them and you think you good for the night. you know, and there ain't no rats. Everything seems to be smooth, you know. You done wiped up the rat poop, and hopefully the rats moved to the dude's cell down the block, because the dude down the block made big store. He got big canteen, you know, so you hoping you ain't got none. You a vagabond. But all of a sudden, you feel a hand on your mouth when you sleep and you open your eyes, big, staring right into the face of a bunt bandit. That's right, Table Leg Slim is looking down at you. Yeah, and he wants something. You know what he wants, and you don't want to give that up. You wish it was a cockroach, but it's Table Leg Slim. That's right, he came to get his payment, and he don't want you to give it to him because he's tired of getting it. He's been getting it for so long inside the prison system, and he wants to take it. That's what gets his rocks off, and you got to worry about that. That's what you got to worry about in a southern prison. Ain't no gangs to help you out. There ain't no political structure down here in Louisiana. If you ain't got a shank ready, Table Leg Slim is going to have you for dessert. And while he's having you and roaches are biting on his back. And then rats are eating the roaches that's on his back. And they got another punk biting on the rat. They got punks with rabies. I seen that inside the prisons down here in the South, man. And I seen these prison officers. You think you got to worry about the prison officers will do you more damage than you can imagine. They'll drag you all the way out the cell, all the way into the hallway. And dudes will hear you just murmuring and whimpering as they whoop and beat you till you can't see no more. That's right. I personally seen police officers, correctional officers whoop a dude so bad he couldn't see again, man. He turned blind. Smashes, boom, 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 boom. You want to live like that? That's what it is, man. This ain't glamorous, man. These dudes glamorizing prison out here, man. Ain't no glamour, man. When these dudes are taking your bunts, Table Leg Slim, butt can shorty, tie shop black. There ain't no gangs to protect you. You stand on your own 2 feet. And if you can't defend your bunts will be taken, just like some bunt cakes. That's what you want for your life? It ain't glamorous. It's serious, man. Mosquitoes and gnats, thick as thieves. You wish the thieves were stealing your honey buns because the mosquitoes are eating you while you sweating out your eyes. And gnats are biting you inside your nose and all by your bottom area down there, chewing on it, man. It's raw. And you know what else you got? You got gangrene in your feet, man. Athlete's foot. It's so disgusting in them showers, even with your shower slides on. That mildew done grew into your shower slides. Now it's chewing your toenails. You ain't got no toenails off because they all fell off. Dudes scratching their booties on side the corner of the tables where you got to eat. It's suffering, man. It's pure suffering. You just can't wait to get to the state prison. This ain't nothing but the parish jail. I ain't got to the state prison yet. There ain't no air conditioning. There ain't no air conditioners down here in the South. And the police officers make you work that field gun line. Tell them about the gun line. What you know about the gun line? Picking crops. Then you're going to eat those crops. And you get in the child hall. And you got collard greens, you know, and some spinach. And you chewing on that stuff and they got insects in it. But that's the protein that you get because they ran out of meat. Rabbits. They grow rabbits. You got to clean. You work in the rabbit house. You clean the rabbits. You put the rabbits on the tray. One of them dudes, Table Leg Slim, cooking the rabbits. Selling rabbits on a big yard. I'm talking about real rabbits. Bunny hopping rabbits. Bunny hopping rabbits. Dudes slanging them on the yard for honey buns. Snickers. You know, a couple cups of coffee. A Joe. Cigarette. You know, butt cans. Dude got tuberculosis in their fingers, tuberculosis in their eyes, tuberculosis in their private parts, tuberculosis on their feet. You know, you breathing in air that you never thought you wanted to breathe before. You go to use the bathroom, the toilet don't flush. And them dudes looking at you, you gonna use that? And you holding it in, you hurting, man. You know, your stomach is bubbling, man. You got stuff in there that collard greens mixed with them insects. You had to eat some of them cockroaches because it was in them collard greens and you indigent. You can't make store. Yeah, this ain't what you think it is. And you get put in the parish jail and you in the dormitory because you ain't from New Orleans. But you get put in New Orleans with a bunch of dudes who are all from the same neighborhood. And there ain't no gangs in here. It's just neighborhoods. And all these dudes grew up with each other. And they started taking people's lives when they were 10 years old. And by the time they 20, they got 15, 20 bodies underneath their belt. Each one of them. You living with savages. These dudes grew up with the cockroaches. They done named the cockroach. Got pit bulls and cockroaches inside their house. They literally fighting cockroaches like they fight pit bulls on the street. Cockroach fights. And betting on the cockroaches with spiders and cockroaches. And spiders, don't talk about spiders. When you get to the state prison, man, black widows, brown recruits, boom, 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 biting you. You got a spider bite. You got a whelp. You got a hole. Now you lost movement of your ligaments because a spider done ate into your hand. Now you got a big old hole. On top of the athlete's foot. Athlete's foot done climbed all the way into your glutes, to your private, into your foot, into your knees. Dudes are scratching, man. You paying a punk to scratch you and peel stuff off your back because mold is growing on you. It's dirty, filthy inside these parish jails. You think these people care about you? They don't care about your rights. You in prison. Get it how you live. That's the statement in Louisiana. Get it how you live. So however how you live, that's how you got to get it. Raw, wild, and rugged. That's why dudes are so wild. Man, I'm trying to tell you. And they try to say we act like black people. That's what they say about the white dudes from Louisiana. We act black. We don't act black. We lived inside these prisons with the black dudes. We all live together. Get it how we live, trying to survive. You know? And if we luck out, that's why everybody's trying to get to a decent place. They don't want to misbehave. They trying to get taking their booty. Man, give me a like and subscribe to The Pen and the Shank, the most unusual and unique crime and prison channel experience on YouTube. Go watch some of my other videos. You want real? I got real for you. These dudes giving y'all the fake stuff, man. I'm trying to tell you, they ain't glamorizing this stuff garbage.